A short clip circulating on Twitter shows Dario Amodei apparently hinting at an open-source model release from Anthropic. This would be a seismic shift in the AI landscape. Anthropic has been the most secretive of all frontier labs, keeping everything locked behind an API with zero-weight access. When the founder of the most buttoned-up safety lab starts nodding toward open source, you pay attention. Unlike OpenAI, Meta, or Mistral, Anthropic never flirted with open weights. Their entire public identity was constructed around responsible, controlled deployment. The idea being that releasing model weights into the wild creates risks that can't be walked back. Every Claude model has lived exclusively in the API, making Anthropic the most controlled and inaccessible of the major frontier labs. That brand is now potentially cracking. There are really two pressures converging here. First, Anthropic may have internally concluded that a particular model tier is safe enough to release, that the capability to risk ratio at that level is acceptable. Second, and perhaps more urgently, Meta's Llama series has been dominating enterprise mindshare, and the open source momentum is accelerating fast. Staying fully closed while Llama 3 and its derivatives get embedded into production systems starts looking less like safety discipline and more like strategic self-destruction. Engineers who have worked extensively with Claude will tell you the instruction-following behavior, the long context coherence, and the nuanced response calibration are meaningfully different from GPT or Llama equivalents. Getting that as local weights would be transformative for teams building on-premise systems or fine-tuning pipelines. Right now, if you want Claude-level behavior, you are permanently dependent on Anthropic's API infrastructure, their uptime, their pricing, and their data policies. There is a massive category of production AI use cases that simply cannot use cloud-only models, and Claude has been off the table entirely for them. Hospitals processing patient records, law firms handling privileged communications, defense contractors operating in air-gapped environments, financial institutions under strict data residency rules. These are not niche edge cases. They represent enormous enterprise budgets sitting idle specifically because Anthropic won't release weights. That market could unlock almost overnight if this becomes real. The most critical unknown is the capability tier of whatever they release. Dropping a small distilled model, something in the 7B to 13B parameter range, would be a conservative move, mostly symbolic. But releasing something close to Claude 3.5 Sonnet or Claude 4 level capability as open weights, that would be a different kind of moment entirely. Potentially the most significant open source release since Llama 2. The gap between those two scenarios is the difference between a PR gesture and a genuine realignment of the entire AI industry. What makes this particularly worth watching is the source. Dario Amodei is not known for careless public statements. He is a methodical, precise communicator who understands exactly what a hint from his position does to market expectations and competitive dynamics. If he is appearing on camera nodding toward open source, that is almost certainly intentional signal, either to manage expectations ahead of an announcement, to apply internal pressure, or to test public reaction. None of those explanations are accidental. There are no confirmed details, no official announcement, and no release date. But the combination of a founder's public hint, mounting competitive pressure from Meta's open ecosystem, and years of pent-up enterprise demand creates conditions where things can move very quickly once the door opens. If Anthropic releases open weights at meaningful capability levels, expect a wave of fine-tuning activity, new deployment infrastructure, and enterprise adoption that could rival or exceed what Llama 3 triggered, but with Claude's distinctly different behavioral profile underneath.